There's so many features and technologies that Apple has built that really only make sense on an actual headset. So these are the top 7 features that Apple has already in place for their reality headset.
Wake up, Daddy's home.
Welcome home, sir.
First up, spatial audio. Okay, so if you own AirPods and you've played around with spatial audio or Dolby Atmos, you know what it's all about. Spatial audio is Apple's take on 360 audio, which makes everything sound like it's coming at you rather than being played in your ears. And how AirPods take it a step further is with dynamic head tracking. So different instruments stay fixed in your space as you move your head around. Yep, it's wild how well it actually works in real life. Like, it almost made me switch over to Apple Music from Spotify. And not only for music, but movies too sound amazing in Dolby Atmos. But there's an even better place for spatial audio. Like, already if you close your eyes, you can't tell if the sound is coming from inside your ears or there's stuff happening all around you. Now imagine opening your eyes and seeing everything is in fact all around you. Like, there's no way you're not going to believe it's not real. So yes, seeing is believing, but sound is what sells the illusion. And audio is going to play a huge role in AR and VR. And it looks like Apple has already got that right with spatial audio. Okay, next up, LiDAR. Okay, so LiDAR has been around since the iPhone 12. And if you got a Pro iPhone, it's the scanner on the back next to the camera. So while a camera allows the iPhone to see what's around, LiDAR is how it's able to actually measure how far away things are. It does that by bouncing light off of objects, creating a 3D depth map of the environment. So you can do things like measure stuff, create a room plan, or place virtual objects in your environment. And all of this is really cool and exciting until you realize you have to hold your phone up, or worse, iPad, all the time. Yeah, that's good for like 5 minutes max. But what if you didn't have to look through a phone screen to see these virtual objects? Yeah, suddenly all of these AR experiences make much more sense now on an actual headset. And not just mapping, LiDAR enables other things like precise hand tracking, so you won't need a controller to use the headset, and object capture, which can generate a 3D scan of literally everything in your room. Yeah, LiDAR is the most obvious thing to have on the headset, and I expect them to have multiple of these on there. Next, the U1 chip. Okay, unlike LiDAR, this is used for nearby interaction rather than mapping. Yep, it was introduced back with the iPhone 11 to bring spatial awareness between devices. So while your iPhone can use Bluetooth to detect other devices nearby, the U1 chip is what enables precise nearby interaction between them. So like your iPhone, AirPods, and Apple Watch all have the U1 chip inside them, which makes them aware of each other in your space. It uses what's called ultra-wideband tech to get more precise than GPS or Bluetooth, and that enables a few things. First is how you can point your phone at another device and it jumps to the top of the list in AirDrop, or how you can transfer music playing on your iPhone to the HomePod by just bringing them closer, and of course finding your way to a lost AirTag. All of this is made possible because of the U1 chip, and that's still just a fraction of what it can do. Yeah, what all it can do is still under wraps, but embedding the U1 chip inside the headset could not only allow for seamless interaction with your phone and other devices, but also make way for more advanced continuity features. Okay, so continuity is already one of the best things about the Apple ecosystem. It's a set of features that allow you to work and move seamlessly between Apple devices. So think like AirDrop and AirPlay that lets you send files and content across your devices, or Handoff that lets you pick up right where you left off on another device, or Universal Clipboard that lets you copy something on your iPhone and paste it on your Mac. Yeah, that's continuity, but it looks like it's actually going to level up with the headset. So imagine looking at a file on your computer with the headset on, and just grabbing it real quick in AR to work on it or make some edits? Or how about you transfer music or a video playing on your iPhone to a nearby HomePod or TV by just looking? Yep, all of this is described in detail in the patent filed recently by Apple. So yes, while continuity is great already, I can't wait to see how they take it to the next level with the headset, because this next one might be the most important continuity feature of them all. Okay, so this is a pretty recent addition released with iPadOS 15 last year. Universal Control allows you to work on multiple Apple devices, iPad or Mac, using the same keyboard and mouse. So you can just put down your iPad next to a Mac and use the same keyboard and trackpad on your Mac to work on the iPad. The cursor just moves freely between them. Yep, it works exactly as you'd expect, and you can even drag and drop files from your iPad to the Mac. And the best part, there's no setup required. It just works. That's two different devices working together as one. Now imagine this, but with the headset. You are sitting at your desk, working on your computer. You put the headset on, and you have 3 giant screens around you. Yeah, and you can continue to work using the same keyboard and trackpad on your Mac. Or maybe you don't even need to be at a desk anymore. You can work from the couch or anywhere with just a keyboard. But if you look at other VR headsets out right now, it's clear that they are trying to pitch this as the future of work. Now, I'm not entirely sure about that, but to take work and collaboration even further, they've got one more thing. Okay, so if all of this feels too lonely to you, you are not alone. VR is by design not a shared experience, but SharePlay is how I can see Apple making it a bit more social. SharePlay is essentially a set of frameworks that allows you to have these shared digital experiences with other people in real time. Like you can watch a movie together with someone where you both watch on your own separate device, but with playback in sync, and you can even talk to each other while watching, or like listen to a new album together at the same time, or just like straight up share your screen with the other person. It all works over FaceTime right now, and there's a bunch of apps that support it, but it also lays the groundwork for shared experiences in VR. Like imagine working on a project together where everyone can interact with the same design in real time, or watching a movie together where it actually feels like you're sitting next to each other in a theater, or I don't know, hang out by the beach and watch movies all night. Yeah, it could potentially change how we experience these events together. But to really make that experience worthwhile, they gotta figure this next one out. Okay, so in 2017, Apple decided to bring on a new era with Memoji on iPhone X. And whether you ignore them or you're all in, they continue to get updated with every iOS release. Like it's not even funny how they hype it up on stage every year. Memoji or Animoji are Apple's version of avatars for your digital world. They look like those stickers from every other app, but what's different about them is that they mimic your facial expressions and movements in real time using real data from your iPhone. And you can use them in FaceTime to call someone or send them as stickers in messages. And while as impressive as they are, these avatars are going to play a much bigger role in VR. Because without a bunch of cameras that are somewhat far away from you, it's almost impossible to have those photorealistic holograms. So you're going to have to use avatars to represent you and other people in VR, and all your social interactions will be defined by them. So yeah, if FaceTime in VR is going to be a thing, it'll most likely be with these avatars. And as much as I hate to think about that, if you look at what other companies are doing, I gotta say they look better than almost every other version I've seen. But I do hope they get a major update to make them more realistic, like what Meta's doing with their avatars. But yeah, there's no denying the fact that your avatar is going to be a big part of your identity in VR, and in some ways even define your whole experience. And again, it looks like Apple is on track to offer a more lifelike and responsive version of you inside the virtual world. And that's still not all, believe it or not. These were only some of the features and technologies that Apple has built up for their reality headset. There's still more, so let me know if you like a part 2 in the comments. Also, what do you think of the Reality Pro? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I'll see you then.